You see this hat? I had this hat made for our Third Continental Congress that took place in Philadelphia a few years ago at Visitor Center of Independence Hall. Delegates from around the country met, very prominent people. You can watch it at freedomwatchusa.org. The purpose was to debate declaring independence. The time has now come for our delegates to vote in the next several weeks. We need to form a new government and not a new nation. You see what's going on. The persecution of Donald Trump by an evil, vile, Gestapo-like Justice Department and its FBI, as well as some state prosecutors and DAs. And of course, then you see Joe Biden, perhaps the most corrupt, criminally minded individual ever to occupy the White House. He's stupid. Yes, he's stupid. The Clintons were criminals, but they were smart. This guy's a criminal and he's dumber than a rock. And nothing happens. The Republicans run around Capitol Hill like the Keystone Cops. Look what documents we got. Other groups say, look what documents we got. We'll take the documents and shove them up your you-know-what, because documents didn't do anything. It's time for action. The Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, this clown, who when the Republicans conducted an investigation of Benghazi with Hillary Clinton said, oh, we're only doing it to harm her politically, is a moron. Maybe he's in better health than Joe Biden, but he's also as stupid. We, the American people, need to rise up. There's no question that Joe Biden has taken bribes from communist China, Ukraine, Russia, Romania, God knows where else, laundered through his son Hunter and his brother James. In any state of this country, in fact, 48, there is a right of citizens' arrest. I'm not suggesting that citizens should go out and do it, but watch what we do, because we're confident we're going to have a conviction for this illegal activity in the next several days. And when we do, we're going to call upon law enforcement and the military to arrest Joe Biden and to put him where the sun don't shine. He will have been tried fairly. He will have had an opportunity to defend himself. He will have an opportunity, even within, to argue his way out of it. He won't do it because he has no respect for the powers of the American people. We, the people, have the right to enforce our own legal system under laws of nature and nature's God, as it says in our Declaration of Independence. We have man-made law too, but nobody enforces it. Justice Department, the Gestapo of a Justice Department that only persecutes January 6th peaceful protesters, they're in the hip pocket of Joe Biden. This is why he wants to be president again, to keep himself from being prosecuted. But it wouldn't matter if it was a Republican administration. Look at Bill Barr. What a disgrace, overstuffed, fat, blowhard rhino who has turned against Trump. An individual as corrupt as the Democrats. These are the people that control our so-called government. It is time for the American people to rise up. It is time for us to establish a new order, a new government, not a new nation. It's time to take immunity away from public officials, from federal judges. Look at this despicable individual by the name of Tanya Chutkan, who was the judge presiding over Trump's January 6th case in Washington, D.C. Read about her in my book, It Takes a Counter-Revolution, Wake Up America. She's an anti-white racist. She even hates fellow white judges on that court, and she's made it clear that she does. This is an individual who should never have been a judge, an Obama appointee. But let me tell you, on that court, even the Trump judges are a little better, because he doesn't know who he appointed. It was given to him by Republican lobbyists like the Federalist Society or American Conservative Union, who got paid off to put their names forward, and Trump rubber stamped it, and that's what he got. These Trump judges are even putting January 6th peaceful protesters in prison. We, the American people, have to do it for ourselves. It can no longer be let the Republicans do it. People in and around me have told me, Larry, go retire, let the Republicans do it. Those people are as guilty as the criminals who are destroying this country, because they're sitting there watching. All they want to do is drink, party on, have fun. I don't care what happens after me, kind of like Louis the 16th and Marie Antoinette, after me the flood, après moi le déluge. I don't care. I don't give a flying what happens, because I'll be dead in 10 years or so. Well, think about your kids, grandkids, and future generations. You have an obligation to rise up. You have an obligation to save this country. You have an obligation not just to sit there on your derriere and watch Sean Hannity. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Join our Justice League. Contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. Join us. Only the Father and Son will help us if we help ourselves. Now is the time before it is too late. And if you ever had any doubt as to the total corruption of our government, watch Joe Biden prancing around without a fear that he'll ever be indicted for committing crimes against the American people by being bribed by our foreign enemies. This is the worst person ever to occupy the Oval Office, and he's untouchable under this current government. We, the American people, will make sure that he is touchable, and he will pay the price peacefully and legally. And he will be put away where the sun don't shine, to rot and die in prison, which is what he deserves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.